few days ago, I uploaded a video called Why the Kaguya-sama Anime is Better Than the Manga. And to no one's surprise, a lot of people disagreed with me, which is completely fine, by the way, but an argument that kept popping up was people saying that the only reason I felt that way was because I watched only anime and didn't understand manga and was just one of those anime elitists who don't ever want to read anything, which is, by the way, not true. And that argument point really stuck with me because if that's the thing you took from that video, then I think you completely missed my point. I can never truly stress enough how much I love manga. It is essentially the only thing that I truly love, which when put into perspective, and it's due to this borderline obsession with manga that I don't really watch anime anymore, as I truthfully prefer to read the manga on any show that's on. So when I find a show that kind of beats the manga, it's kind of like finding a diamond in the rough, because the manga is supposed to be the best possible everything, as it's the #1 source. But that is just one of many other reasons of why I prefer reading manga over watching anime. I think everyone can think of at least one anime series where it just abruptly ended and just felt like a largely glorified commercial for everyone to just go read the manga. I mean, the best example that comes to mind for me is the ending of the first Berserk series that had an ending during a very questionable scene. Batum, High School of the Dead, Air Gear, all just abruptly end. Abruptly at a point signifying to you that you just wasted a large chunk of your life getting devoted to this series. It is for this very reason alone that I believe manga purists such as myself have dipped their toes into this comic world and have stayed true. Because you know what doesn't just end halfway? The fucking manga! Keeping out of mind just an abrupt ending, an anime can not include interesting plot points, character development, and even sometimes, unfortunately, have a very good storyline, but terrible animation. I'm looking at you, Akunohana! We could have had something! Whereas with our pure, untouched, beautiful, original source material, we can never be let down. It is for this reason alone that I think many people can understand why a manga purist exists, but there are many more deep and underlying reasons as to why. There is only one anime of a girl looking at you disgusted while showing you her panties. How cute. Because I can think of at least 5 manga with that premise. One of the #1 things I love about manga is the variety of stories you can choose from, about essentially anything you can think of. Anime sadly does not have the means needed to be able to adapt every single unique and good manga out there. So the very thought of not being able to find some of the amazing series that I found out there just because there hasn't been an anime adaptation sounds terrible.
Adaptation. Adaptation. You always say adaptation in your videos. It's adaptation. Tell her, comments.
You want a foot fetish manga? Here you go. Feeling sassy and wanting to read a manga about Titan-sized waifus? Come get it, buddy. A manga that will make you rethink all of your life's choices while also making you realize that everything that you've ever loved, be it friends or family, mean absolutely nothing, and simultaneously making you look in the face of depression and saying to it that it's 1. Here's 20! How many anime come to mind when I tell you about these things, and how many are unique to one another? That's why if there's anything I want to indulge myself in any way today, I can find in manga form. And although not every single one of them is a work of art, though I guess it technically is, each one is something I got to experience without having to watch an anime. And for being able to find these series, I am grateful, though to varying degrees. But the final reason I can say with all of my heart as to why I prefer reading manga over watching anime is the intricate detail a mangaka puts into every one of its series. Small quirks that a character does that makes you feel close to them. The beauty of knowing that each panel that you're seeing is something that was hand-drawn by someone in order to fit the situation that it's in. The amount of thought put into a story that makes you wonder where the creator got inspiration from to make this, and think about how amazing that a genius like this exists. I prefer reading manga over watching anime because I have the ability to hold that small book within my hands and recall all of these thoughts. And that is something amazing. This past year, I got to be able to share with you all some of the most bizarre and some of the most amazing stories that I've held in my heart for years, that I finally am able to show and share with you all, and maybe hear your opinions on it and talk to people about this series. And it's because of this that I decided to take things more seriously and launch a Patreon. But not just any type of Patreon, but a manga-themed Patreon. My goal on YouTube is to be able to create a space for lesser-known manga and light novels that many other people don't really talk about, as well as sometimes dipping into the bigger stuff here and there. I have quite a number of tiers, but the two I want to talk about is the $5 tier, where I will be able to show you uncensored videos that I usually have to crudely censor to be put online, as it is usually a bit too lewd. I have been wanting to do more lewd-like videos, but know anytime, if not every time that I upload them, it will get demonetized. So the fact that I'll be able to show you guys the full uncensored videos while also having a safety net really helps me out. The next tier I want to talk about is one that I am extremely excited for, and that is the $10 Manga Club tier, where once or twice a month we pick a manga that we want to read and talk about on call or chat or really anything. And I am extremely excited for this tier because I love being able to show manga that I love to people, of course, and being able to see your opinions on it, being able to talk about it. And in reality, there aren't many people within my life that I can talk about manga with, so this is just something that I honestly cannot wait for. And before I finish this video, I want to take this time to say how grateful I am to each and every one of you. And I know how cliche that must sound because everybody says it, but in reality, I really couldn't be here, sitting here, talking about a Patreon if it wasn't for you, the viewer, who likes, comments, subscribes, and gives me the support that I need. I've been on YouTube for a very long time, first starting as a voice actress who does shit comic dubs, doing shit posts, and hey, I was even a meme. So to be able to find a point where I can finally talk about something that I love and I'm truly passionate about, it's like a miracle. I just want to say thank you all again for whoever is watching. My Patreon link is now in my description as well as right here, and I hope you guys check out all of my other tiers if you are interested. Thank you again for everybody who is watching this right now. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on all of my social medias. I will catch you all later, my beautiful children, and I love you.